Welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician, and today we're going to be going into the long-awaited Koken Ratchet review. So I've been hearing for at least 4 or 5 years from many subscribers, hey, have you tried a Koken Ratchet? You should get a Koken Ratchet. Have you gotten a Koken Ratchet yet? You should really try one. Trust me, I've wanted to. I really have wanted to. I've wanted to own one. I've wanted to review one, but I'll tell you one thing, why. I probably have close to 30 or 40 ratchets of all different designs, brands, and a lot of the Koken ratchets are $100 or more. So to me, I couldn't justify it. If there were ratchets out there that a lot of people were talking about and they were between $15 and $30, yeah, I'll pick it up, review it. Awesome. I'm not out a whole lot and I can still get some use out of it. But when it comes to $100+ ratchet, when I already have 30 or 40 ratchets, I just couldn't justify it. Not that I didn't want to, I was just trying to be financially smart. Sometimes I still find weakness in that. So I still end up buying tools that I probably don't need but want, but I don't care. But this one was actually sent over from a good friend and fellow subscriber, Sean, with a YouTube channel called Geared Towards Gear. Awesome content over there. He actually is not helping me by feeding my addictions of both tools and knives. So thanks a lot, Sean, I guess. No, I really do appreciate it. I think this is awesome. It was really kind of you to send this over. He actually found this on Amazon for $45. It's probably one of the only Koken ratchets that's under $100. Even if you get this same ratchet, but in a flex head, it automatically pushes it from $45 to $117. Now, maybe that's because these are ratchets made in Japan, and just, you know, pricing with products from Japan can fluctuate quite a bit. Some can be affordable, some can be really expensive, and Koken just happens to be that way. But let me shut up and start talking about the actual ratchet. So this is the Koken 3/8 drive. The part number on this is going to be 3725Z. This is the Koken Zeal or Z series ratchet. This is a non-quick release. They do offer them in quick release. As far as packaging, just came with this in a bag. I've seen other people receive it in boxes and things like that, whatever. But there you can see Koken, made in Japan, Zeal 72 tooth 5-degree arc swing 3/8 drive, and the part number. Now I've had this for about 3 weeks, and this is the 3/8 drive, but it is on the shorter side of 3/8 drive, which it's not common to see 3/8 drive, at least in the US, shorter. You're either going to get your standard length, which is about 8 1/4, and then you got your stubbies. There aren't many that are, this is 7 inches. So while some people aren't going to like that, I still think there's a great place for this. I find this really handy in engine bays in tight areas. So sometimes when you're working with 3/8, your handle is the obstruction. You're running into things, and then sometimes a stubby can be fantastic, but sometimes it makes it a pain because you don't quite have the leverage that you need to get the torque to break the fastener loose or whatever it may be. So I find this pretty handy to fit into tight spaces, maybe not as quite as tight of a space as a stubby, but you still get your 3/8 drive, and you still have enough to break loose some stubborn fasteners. The other thing was, since I had never seen one of these in person or got my hands on them, I wasn't sure how I felt about the handle. Bigger, but it's a comfort grip, but it's not a comfort grip. It's not your traditional, not what we're used to in the US. And I thought this was going to be like a really, I don't know, cheap plastic. That's what it looked like in the images, but it's almost like a rubberized plastic. It doesn't feel cheap. It feels like it's got some actual grip to it, not like a slick piece of plastic. And honestly, it's really comfortable in the hand. So that was one thing that really surprised me. Not that I expected this to be a bad ratchet or anything like that, but I didn't expect this to be as comfortable as it is. But you do got some good size there. Nice chrome finish. Once again, there you can see the part number, Koken. On the bottom side, you can see focus, made in Japan. The backing plate, which is held on by a set screw on the front side above the reverse switch. You can kind of see how it goes from chrome to that rougher finish under the reverse switch. The reverse switch is nice and clicky. I really like the operation of that reverse switch. A lot of ratchets just kind of glide, especially like the new style gear wrench. You can just kind of, this one is pretty decent about flopping over to the other side, but like the new gear wrench, I can literally, if I don't push it, it'll just sit wherever I stop pushing it. This one is nice and clicky. And then here you can see they went with a design where you can actually see the main gear. This is the backing to the main gear. Whereas a lot of times in the US, there are certain brands out there that do this and some older style ratchets that do this. But a lot in the US, we keep them fully enclosed. I'm okay with this design. Now, maybe if you work in an extremely dirty environment, I'm not sure how this will do keeping debris out, but it still seems, the fitment still seems nice and tight. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. Overall, a really good looking ratchet. Not the thinnest ratchet. It's going to be a little bit thicker than my Gear Wrench 120 XP here, but not by much. It's not a super slim ratchet, but it's also not your generic bulky thickness either. As far as socket retention, very, very solid socket retention. It's not so stiff to the point to where you're fighting to get the socket off, but it's also not like the new Gear Wrench ratchets that the socket retention is almost non-existent. It's just right, just enough tension to hold the socket on. Like I said, this is non-quick release. They do have quick release. I prefer a non-quick release. I don't know, don't ask me why. It's just what I prefer. If you prefer quick release, that's perfectly fine. But besides just socket retention, socket fitment is phenomenal. Like you can see, I can pull it forward and it's just coming off. This is actually where the ball detent sits inside the socket. It keeps it nice and flush with the ratchet. You can see the play here. Well, that is phenomenal when you compare it to a lot of other ratchets. The Gear Wrench, I can push it down, and Gear Wrench is very well known for this. The ball detent is actually there because they have their ball detent further forward on the anvil, and they just have a lot more play. And so, while the older design 120 XP like this, I've had very good experiences with, no issues with this one. The new one, I just have in 1/4 inch, but much worse as far as socket retention and socket fitment. But the Koken is on point. Very little play, and keeps it nice and snug up against the ratchet, and that retention is just the right amount. So they did a really, really good job on that. As far as back drag, just like many channels, that's kind of what these ratchets are known for, is the extremely low back drag. Now when I got it, it does definitely have low back drag. But when I started comparing it to some of my other ratchets, like there's the Gear Wrench 120 XP, the Snap-on, while it doesn't have the lowest back drag, it is very smooth. And then like here's the Ulsa or SK, very, very smooth and low back drag. The Tekton, it definitely has lighter back drag, but when I really realized it when I actually put a socket on it. I don't know what it is, mind tricks, I don't know, but when you have a socket on there, it feels even smoother. That's the first time I've ever noticed something like that. As soon as I put a socket on there, I was like, oh wow, that almost changes the whole feel to it. It feels great without a socket on there, but as soon as you put a socket on there, you can feel the difference. It is so smooth and so light. If you guys have a Koken ratchet, I want you guys to do the same thing and let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments. Can you tell a difference with and without the socket on there? To me, it just, maybe it's reducing some of the vibration in the ratchet, I'm not sure, but it just feels extremely good. Very impressive with that back drag. Now let's go ahead and tear this thing down and just take a look at the internals. So I do believe that's going to be a T8 fastener. So Drop this bad boy in here. I'm going to hold the backing plate while removing this and hold the reverse switch. And this is going to be a long set screw. It's going to run all the way through to the backing plate. And it is threaded all the way through. Here you have your backing plate. That is the inside. You can see that hole that's recessed there. That is going to sit around your reverse switch here, so you don't get that backwards. And then I'm just going to hold the pawl and remove the gear. There you can see it is dry, and I'm not even going to bother lubricating it. Most of the time when I lubricate, I'm lubricating the reverse switch area, not necessarily the main gear. And with this being open, I don't want oil leaking out or lubricant leaking out. Now if you look at this, this is your two-piece pawl setup. So you got your main pawl that sits on top of the lower portion, and then there is a hole through that, and that's where your set screw comes through. There's the bottom. You can kind of see the ridges on it, so that side is going to face down. There you can see your reverse switch. So looking at the main gear, they do have a 36 tooth, I think it is, a 36 tooth version of these ratchets as well. But some nice fine teeth and quite a bit of them. So there is a lot of really good tooth engagement on here. So I really like this design, and this two-piece design is what's going to also help with that back drag and how that reverse switch operates. Really nice finish work there. This pin here is on a spring as well, so just don't lose that. But putting it back together is pretty simple. Drop that in there, drop that guy in there, and then just hold it and slide your main gear in. There you can see the tooth engagement when it's inside the ratchet. Operation. Lots of tooth engagement there. So really cool design. Obviously it operates really well. Just hold that together and then just kind of push your set screw down. So overall, really impressive design, really good feel, back drag, just like it's known for. Reverse switch, really like that. Really surprised by the comfort grip, really enjoyed that as well. The socket retention and fitment is phenomenal. So if you guys don't have one, I think this is a good one to try out if you're okay with a shorter 3/8 drive. Otherwise, a lot of the other ones are going to be $100 and above. But if you were wanting to try one out and keep it on the cheaper end of Koken ratchets while still getting the quality that they're known for, this is a really solid option. So thank you once again, Sean, for sending this over. I really do appreciate it, and hopefully this doesn't drive me to buy more Koken ratchets, because I don't need any more ratchets, but I have a feeling I'm gonna want more ratchets. So that is a quick look and review at the Koken 72 tooth Zeal 3/8 drive ratchet. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to drop a comment down below. Also, I have this link down in the description for you guys. And if you guys enjoyed, make sure to smash that thumbs up. And if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.